Natural disasters are impacting all of Larimer County. We have 3 river systems, we have a large wildland-urban interface, and therefore the entire county is at risk every year of both floods and fires, as well as a number of other natural hazards.
In 2020, we dealt with the East Troublesome Fire, which burned a large portion of our watershed that we collect water from. The day that fire burned, it burned like 100,000 acres in one day. That was by far the worst day of my working career so far. Just thinking about, what are we going to do now? What is our water supply going to look like? What are our reservoirs going to look like?
The working group I'm part of is natural resources, water, and agriculture.
And to me, the natural environment covers water, of course, what we deal with, but it's air quality, it's land use, it's agriculture, it's open space, how all of those things affect each other.
Our working group is focused on natural resources, so biodiversity, our habitat loss, are there wildlife corridors? Is there public policy in place and stuff like that?
Being a resident in the Poudre Canyon and being directly impacted by the High Park fire in 2012. I'm also a volunteer firefighter up in that rural community. So not only did I see the effects of the fire on the community, but it was also trying to protect the homes and the lives of people who live there.
One of the main reasons I'm here today is to try to get the message out about a gap in conservation and wildfire mitigation efforts within Larimer County's small rural residential communities. If you have 5 to 10 acres, felling one tree can cost you anywhere between $100 to $500. So for people up there who have 10 acres, that could be $20,000 to do. And even if they have the money, oftentimes there aren't the resources. There's no businesses or organizations that can do this. So long story short, this conservation work or this wildfire mitigation work just doesn't get done. And so these communities, I think, are just very vulnerable as a result of not having the capacity and the resources to do this.
No siempre necesitamos tener a alguien que sufra directamente una lesión o una muerte por un efecto ambiental o climático drástico, pero esto es algo que día a día estamos sufriendo.
Ese es el temor más obvio, eso es algo que vemos, de un incendio nos asustamos porque hay un incendio y las personas tienen que evacuar sus viviendas y pues con el tiempo regresan, pero hay una cadena de eventos que siguen ocurriendo por estos incendios, por estas altas que hay en la temperatura, como hay menos agua. Si hay menos agua, hay menos lluvia, y hay menos nieve.
Usually when people ask about kind of the biggest issue with climate change here in Colorado, a lot of it always comes back to water.
As more people want to move here and stay here, we have more demand on the water system, and that's forcing a lot of our agricultural partners to change course and perhaps sell, and their water rights become part of a municipality, which then become part of developments. And so not only are we strained on water availability, we're losing agriculture. And that's an important piece of our fabric of our life in northern Colorado.
The way that Poudre Valley Community Farms helps farmers deal with climate change is by providing information about how to do what we've been sort of loosely calling conservation agriculture. Agricultural practices like planting perennial crops or using no-till farming that not only have benefits for the producers and the food that they can grow, but also have benefits for conservation and for the people who live in the area.
Of all the food that's grown in Larimer County, only 1% is purchased locally. It's a crazy fact. We don't have enough marketplaces for farmers. The average food is coming in 1,500 miles away. And if you think about the increase of transportation, the increase of emissions, you see a decrease in our air quality. It's such a simple solution. Like, what if we just bought locally? What would that do to our environment?
Right now, there's a lot of folks in the agricultural world sort of working within the agricultural and food systems world. And then there's folks working on water issues, and then there's folks working on wildlife conservation, natural resources issues. And we're not really doing a great job of talking to each other. What I hope comes out of this initiative is connections.
Our air and our natural spaces and our rivers, all those areas don't know lines or boundaries. They just know that they're part of our all-natural environment, and we need to do what we can to work together. So we need everyone to partner with us as we go forward.